Hey, John here. Here's lick of the day number 17. It's an A Mixolydian shred run, and by now you should know that you can get the tabs by clicking the link in the description and also the link that pops up on the screen. As usual, I'm going to play through one slowly and then break the whole thing down. So we start here on the 12th fret of the A string. Right, so this is a mix of different techniques. We start with an ascending alternate pick run from the 12th fret, and you have the shape in the tabs as well. I'm just going to play through the shape quite slowly now, as you can see. It's one of these good shapes again, because the first three strings will be the same fingering. So we're going to have 12, 14, 16 on the A, D, and the G string. Then we're going to finish off with 14, 15, 17 on B and E. And by the way, a Mixolydian scale is just like a slightly darker major scale because we have a flat 7 instead of a natural 7. So instead of getting 7th, we're gonna get the flat 7. Gives you that slightly bluesier sound. Anyhow, back to the scale run here. So we go up, just alternate pick, down, up, down, starting with a downstroke. And if you do this correctly, you should end up with a downstroke here on the A, on the 17th fret. And from here, we're going to play two different arpeggios. It's going to be an A major arpeggio, which was in the relation to the key will just be 1, 3, 5. And then we're going to play a G major arpeggio, and that's where the more interesting sounds come from. Because then we get G, which is the 7th, the flat 7 of the key. It's the root of the G major arpeggio, but it's the flat 7 of the key. So you don't get that mixed up. And then we have D, which is the 4th or the 11th, and then we have B, which is the 2nd or the 9th, and then we're back to G again. So when you play that over an A drone or A Mixolydian backing track or with a band or whatever, you're gonna get this sound. And when you combine that with the first one, whoops, you get this Mixolydian sound right away. So I really like that thing where you can take any arpeggio from whatever mode you're playing and find an arpeggio that contains the modal color note. And in this case, it would be the flat 7, because that's a note that's different from the major scale. Anyway, starting again, we go, the arpeggio looks like this: 17, 12, and then 14, 14. I roll my finger here. And some people don't like that, but I look at the sweep daddy of them all, Frank Gambale, and he rolls things all the time and sound amazing. So it's a really good technique to use. And a trick here to learn it is to start from the other direction. So whatever note you're trying to roll to, so in this case it's 2 notes. So this would be the lowest string we're going to roll to. So if you start there and you just fret that as normal, but then you go, then you can see exactly where on your finger the string need to be to actually end up correctly here. Because what I see a lot with students is that they sort of overdo it and they're inconsistent. And when you're inconsistent, it's going to take you way longer to learn it. So try it from this direction and try to get a feel for where on the finger it's going to end up. And after a while, that gets just to be a habit, so it will kind of feel wrong when you don't hit the correct spot. All right, so, and then we go down 2 frets, which is another good thing about this, is the same shapes, so it's very easy to remember. So I'm not even going to show you that shape, because it's the same. Then we go to the next A inversion. So same notes, just jumbled around. So we're gonna have this kind of D shape. So that's the A major one, and then we go again 2 frets down to get the G major one. So again, put them together. And of course you could pick this all, Apparently not. I like the sound of the pull-off though, which gets you a bit more of a organic sound instead of everything is like machine gun picked. But that's a suitable sound for certain things as well, so you can experiment with that. So, but if you would pick everything, it would be down, up, 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 down, up, up, up. And of course you get a string skip here. So maybe it's not that easy, but it's a good thing to practice. But you get a sort of a break here when you do the pull off. So down, pull off, up, up, down, pull off, up, up, down, pull off, up, up, down, pull off, up, up. And when you practice this slowly, it can be a good idea to focus on getting the pull off. When I pull off to the index finger here, I plant my pick. Because then I'm going to be sure that I'm going to hit the string. So I'm not out here in space and might, end up hitting something else. And we don't want that. So just doing it very slowly. And I like to synchronize this stuff, so it's not going to be like down and then I plant and then I do a pull off. Instead I try to synchronize it with something else that's already happening. And that's just easier in my mind to get it to work smoother. And also you have something to focus on so it becomes consistent. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a really good thing to work on. Okay, so and then after that we're gonna go down this shape, and that's let's see, 10, 9, 7, 10, 8, 7, 9, 7, 6, and then the last 3 strings we have the same as we have here. The same notes, just 1 octave lower, so the same fingering. Also remember, when you do this descending legato runs, where you have a hammer on from nowhere or not, whatever descending legato run you're doing, to get the first 2 fingers down at the same time, because that will really help you to get it smoother. It's kind of the same idea where I wanted to, when I did this thing, but I wanted to sequence the planting with something else. It's kind of the same thing here, because if I do this, then it's fine because I have 3 notes, 1, 2, 3, and then I have 3 movements. I have 1, 2, 3. But if I do this, 1, 2, and then put this down after, and then pull off, then I'm gonna have 4 movements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which, well, you can see yourself that that doesn't really seem like the smoothest way of doing it. So if you can focus on getting the first 2 fingers down at the same time, that will help you a lot with these descending runs. So and another thing, don't really smash the string. That's a thing that I did a lot, and I was like, it's so hard to get this smooth. But then I realized, like, well, that's because I'm really trying to smack the string because I'm not picking it. So I sort of overdid it, but you don't need to do that. Just try to listen and get the same dynamics and just relax. So that's basically it. And when it comes to practicing this stuff, again, I've talked about this a million times before, but I'm going to say it again. Don't play it too fast. Make sure to break it down in smaller sections. And if you find that you have a really big problem with a certain technique, get other exercises to work on for that technique. Don't rely on one lick to teach you one technique, because that's a very one-sided way of doing it. That would be like going to the gym and you only do bicep curls and expect that will take care of everything when it comes to your arms. Maybe a stupid analogy, but I'm gonna stick to that. All right, so that's about it. If you have any questions, just post them below as usual. Otherwise, hope you enjoy this one and see you in the next one.